International football is where pride, passion, and pressure collide. Every match isn't just about points. It's about nations, history, and the chance to make a statement on the biggest stage. When teams step onto the pitch, the weight of a country rests on their shoulders, and that's what makes these fixtures so electrifying. Today, we dive into the upcoming clashes with score predictions, insights, and the key battles that could define each game. Some will be tight, tactical showdowns, others more open and explosive, but every single one carries the tension of national pride. So settle in, because over the next few minutes we'll break down where the goals might come from, which sides have the edge, and what scorelines we expect to unfold. This is international football at its most unpredictable, and that's exactly why we love it. Ukraine versus France. Correct score 0-2. Prediction: France win. Ukraine at home are never an easy side to face. They're organized, physical, and will look to use the atmosphere to unsettle their opponents. Expect them to defend in numbers, press with intensity, and search for quick counters to break through. But France have the quality, control, and mentality to rise above that pressure. They know how to dictate the tempo, dominate possession, and wait for the right moment to strike. With their tactical discipline and attacking strength, they can break through even the toughest defenses. This feels like the kind of game where Ukraine will fight bravely but struggle to hold out for the full 90 minutes. France's ability to stay patient and clinical should make the difference. That's why the prediction here is a 2-0 win for France. Solid, professional, and exactly the kind of performance expected from a top contender on the international stage. Italy versus Estonia. Correct score 3-0. Prediction: Italy win and over 2.5 goals. When it comes to international football, some fixtures feel like they're written in stone, and this is one of them. Estonia will come into the game with heart, determination, and a will to compete, but against a side like Italy, the gulf in class is difficult to bridge. Italy thrive in matches like these. They dominate possession, move the ball with purpose, and constantly apply pressure until the breakthrough arrives. Once that first goal goes in, the momentum usually builds quickly, and the opposition struggles to keep the defensive wall intact. Estonia may sit deep and fight to limit the damage, but over 90 minutes, Italy's quality and attacking consistency should open up the scoreline. This looks like one-way traffic, with Italy firmly in control from start to finish. That's why the prediction here is a 3-0 win for Italy, with over 2.5 goals comfortably on the cards. A statement performance, a clean sheet, and another step forward for the Azzurri. Faroe Islands versus Croatia. Correct score 0-2. Prediction: Croatia win. The Faroe Islands may not be one of the big names in world football, but matches like these are where they show incredible determination. At home, they'll fight for every ball, stay compact in defense, and try to frustrate their opponents for as long as possible. The atmosphere will be passionate, and Croatia will know they can't afford to take this challenge lightly. Croatia, however, have the experience and composure needed to handle games like this. They control possession, stay patient, and know how to wear down defensive setups. Once they find their rhythm, their quality shines through, and it usually results in goals at crucial moments. This feels like the kind of match where the Faroe Islands can resist for stretches, but over 90 minutes, Croatia's superiority should come through. Expect them to dictate play, stay disciplined, and find the goals they need to seal the points. That's why the prediction here is a 2-0 win for Croatia, controlled, professional, and exactly the kind of result that keeps them on track in international competition. Asterisk: Greece versus Belarus. Correct score 2-0. Prediction: Greece win. Greece are a side that pride themselves on discipline, structure, and defensive solidity, and at home they always look even more confident. Against Belarus, the hosts will aim to control the tempo, press high when needed, and make the most of their chances in front of goal. Belarus, on the other hand, often rely on resilience and a counterattacking approach. They'll likely sit deep, defend in numbers, and hope to capitalize on any mistake. But when faced with a team as organized as Greece, finding those openings can be very difficult. Over the course of 90 minutes, Greece's composure, patience, and ability to turn pressure into goals should prove decisive. Expect them to take control, manage the game, and eventually find the breakthrough that opens the matchup. That's why the prediction here is a 2-0 win for Greece. Solid, professional, and another reminder of their defensive strength combined with efficient finishing. Argentina versus Venezuela. Correct score 2-0. Prediction: Argentina win and over 1.5 goals. Argentina come into this clash with all the confidence of a team that knows how to get the job done on the big stage. At home, they thrive on possession, quick combinations, and relentless pressure that forces mistakes from their opponents. Against Venezuela, expect them to control the game from the very first whistle. Venezuela, meanwhile, are a team that can be stubborn and tough to break down. They'll sit deep, try to close off spaces, and hope to strike on the counter. But the challenge here is the sheer consistency and quality of Argentina's approach. Over 90 minutes, it's difficult to imagine them holding out. Argentina's tactical balance, combined with their ability to turn dominance into goals, should eventually wear Venezuela down. This isn't about whether they'll score, but when and once the breakthrough comes, more chances are sure to follow. That's why the prediction here is a 2-0 win for Argentina, with over 1.5 goals comfortably expected. A commanding performance, a clean sheet, and another step forward for the reigning champions. Uruguay versus Peru. Correct score 3-1. Prediction: Uruguay win. When Uruguay play at home, it's always a special occasion. Their intensity, direct play, and relentless drive make them a nightmare for visiting teams. Against Peru, expect Uruguay to come out with energy right from the start, pushing forward with purpose and forcing their opponents to defend deep. Peru are no strangers to tough battles. They're a disciplined side that likes to stay compact and strike when opportunities arise. They'll aim to frustrate Uruguay, slow the tempo, and look for those quick counters. But the problem they face is the overwhelming pressure Uruguay can create, especially in front of their home supporters. Over 90 minutes, Uruguay's aggression and attacking momentum should pay off. While Peru are capable of finding a goal, it's hard to see them containing Uruguay for long. The hosts should have enough to create multiple scoring chances and take control of this contest. That's why the prediction here is a 3-1 win for Uruguay. A strong attacking display, a comfortable margin, and a statement victory at home. Colombia versus Bolivia. Correct score 2-1. Prediction: Colombia win and over 1.5 goals. Colombia step into this clash with confidence and rhythm, especially when playing on home soil where the atmosphere pushes them forward. Their style is built on quick transitions, pressing high, and turning possession into dangerous opportunities. Against Bolivia, expect them to dictate the flow and spend much of the game in attacking areas. Bolivia, however, are known for their physical approach and determination. They won't make things easy. They'll battle for every ball, look to disrupt Colombia's rhythm, and hope to snatch a goal through counterattacks or set pieces. And while they can cause trouble in flashes, holding out against a side as relentless as Colombia is a huge challenge over the 90 minutes. Colombia's pressure and attacking intent should prevail. Bolivia might manage to grab a goal, but Colombia's quality and consistency in the final third should ensure they finish on top. That's why the prediction here is a 2-1 win for Colombia, with over 1.5 goals expected. A lively contest, moments of tension, but ultimately a deserved victory for the hosts. And there you have it. Intensity, goals, and plenty of drama waiting to unfold. Every match we've broken down carries its own story, and the scorelines we've predicted are set to deliver excitement right to the final whistle. Stay tuned, because football always finds a way to surprise.